All right, click the links. Join the channel here over at Subscribestar, now over at Odyssey. So I got an earlier video on the Vouch, Destiny, and Keffel's stuff. It was denied monetization. I sent in for an appeal, and the appeal was denied. So there's something in it that YouTube doesn't like. So it's in the member section. I guess I'll put it on Subscribestar as well. So I'm not. Oh, keep this guy's image in mind. And then this image also, and I'm no expert in the feminine anatomy, but it looks like the doctor's hands, the OB-GYN, is going to her lower back. I'm not sure this, like, women give birth in all kinds of positions. They even, there's a way to do it standing up, in water, laying on your back, bent over, even like a standing up but braced position with somebody bracing you. But this image doesn't make sense. I'm not sure what they're going with for some reason, but so keep that image in mind. So I'm not sure if it's Pride Month or Black Month or what. Like, everyone has these kind of stupid months, but it seems like everything is sodomy now. Or the Pride Month. You know, honestly, like, the interesting thing is watching there's the gay section, and then there's the QT section, and there's a split, because the gay section is sex-based attraction. They're like in the physical world, in the real world, where they're attracted to the same sex, and we're attracted to the opposite sex. But the QT world is this kind of like Frankfurt School, in fictional imaginary world, where they can, you know, they're a furry otherkin one day, and a trans, you know, racial elephant the other day. It's all just a bunch of kind of like fad nonsense. So there's kind of interesting alliance between the gays and the straights in that regard. But it does seem like there's a whole lot of like months for people that are just kind of pointless. Like the Pride Month or Black Month, or everything is just sodomy all the time, and I'm not sure why they're proud of that. So first of all, nobody at Marvel is so what does this headline say? Is Marvel Comics insults Christians by having Catholic priest Nightcrawler perform a gay wedding of Mystique and Destiny. So nobody at Marvel is Christian, obviously. So it's weird that they still have Christian elements in the storyline. A few months ago, image went viral about that image. Recent X-Men comic birthing scene, Nightcrawler looking like he was popping out the rear end of a lesbian mutant Destiny, was mocked. Retcon Mystique from being Nightcrawler's mother to being some trans allegory of Nightcrawler's father via shape-shifting into a man to impregnate Destiny. Vouch is probably in the background with equine laughter, pants around his ankles, furiously crying and having at himself. Maybe that was why the video got demonetized. I mean, what a bunch of effing degenerates. So once again, identity politics ruined a Marvel character in Nightcrawler. Now they're pushing X-Men even further for Pride Month. So nobody Marvel's Christian. They're either atheist or they literally worship Moloch. So this is part of the humiliation ritual that I hope breaks you out of the Matrix. I think I'm doing the Lord's work, honestly. Everything they focus on is to destroy family and tribalism for you, and I can't for the life of me imagine why anyone cares about mainstream comics at all, or even the movies. It's over. It's just going to be nonstop Sodom and Gomorrah type of Shuri, Mary Sue, who's that girl in the Star Wars, Daisy Ridley type of characters. And my God, they're coming out with another Daisy Ridley Star Wars movie. If that bombs, that has to be the inflection point for Disney. If that thing bombs, but I mean, they've had Hollywood in general's had a lot of L's lately, and they're just the ultimate accelerationists. So it's kind of like this competency crisis, but for comics and pop culture, where everything's getting worse and worse, and they're losing their audience, but they can't turn it around because they don't know how to turn it around. Because they are woke SJWs, and they're so deep in this echo chamber, they have no idea what normal people are into. And you really got to get on Twitter and follow their accounts, the writers, the people like that on Twitter, and you'll see, like, they're in a different world. They're just like the Heather Antoses, the Gail Simones. The Gail Simone is probably a little bit more moderate because she's older. The older people get, you kind of start coming to the right a little bit. So this one features the villain Mystique having a same-sex ceremony mocking the Christian concept of marriage by performing the ceremony with her lesbian partner, Destiny. Maybe they fist each other and like pull out the rings or something. That was probably a bit too far for YouTube. Anyway, so normal people know that, sorry about that there's a man and woman, and that you are what you're born as. If you're born with a vagina, you're a woman. You can't change that. Yes, you can have elective surgery to have an elective double mastectomy, which is just absolute peak Weimar. That's where we are now. It's all actually, to see the image of these women who have that removed and they have this horrific scar across their chest. And like, you know what the future holds for them. You can see it in their eyes. It's just absolute despair that they know they did this. And like 5 years down the line, what happened to them? Oh, tragically, yeah, that's what happens. And all the people who are facilitating this are fucking sociopaths. Anyway, everyone hates diversity and everyone is very tribal. And in fact, over the events of the past few years, people are becoming wedding extravaganza. People are becoming even more tribal. My gosh, I myself have had such a journey. People are becoming more in-group focused because they see what the out-group is capable of. If you've been paying attention for the past few years, so you have this juxtaposition of this fictional Hollywood comic book world of, though actually books are kind of a little bit more removed from this, kind of interesting. Probably because people who are reading books have longer attention spans, and people who are comics and movies have this short attention span. So there's probably something to that, where the books don't have to be as woke, because to people, to criticize them and get, cancel the authors or cancel the books, they have to read it in context. And there's just so many SJWs today who just can't read a full book anymore. And I mean, people in general just can't read a full book anymore, which is kind of bizarre. So the thing is, people have become more in-group focused is one way of putting it. And people really hate feminism because it's cringy as hell. And the whole BLTQPTV, the gay stuff, that just doesn't sell to normal people because everyone knows it's a fad. It's like, there's always been the gays, and by that I mean, gay, lesbian, whatever. There's always been that, but like, they know what they are. They're biological. They're biologically what they are, and they're attracted to the same sex. But all that other stuff, it kind of looks like just teenagers having a wee bit of a fad because it's what it is. No, Dad, it's not a fad. It's like, yeah, it was a fad when I was your age. What were our fads? I don't know, jeans, jackets, the Canadian tuxedo, that kind of stuff. Maybe motorcycles, and I mean, think you go back in the 50s. I think they were into mopeds or something. Apparently now mopeds are up to 400 cc's. So I'm not like a moped that can go on a freeway. That's kind of bizarre. Anyway, so people are very in-group focused, and people hate feminism because we see feminists, and feminism I think it kind of peaked in 2016, which was, that was a while ago to think that's how it was getting so cringy. 2014 and 2015, the whole SJW stuff, and YouTube allowed all those anti-SJW channels, and then finally YouTube had to kick them off because they had to control the narrative. And then when Trump got elected, and it kind of put a nail in the coffin of feminism, because now they suddenly had real things to do, and that's when the whole kind of trans thing started up about 2015, and then suddenly feminists found themselves a little bit confused because the leading voices of feminism suddenly were biological males, and I'm sure that caused a schism in the whole feminist movement. But it's mostly, it's like, say, you guys gonna worry about that, that other region of the world where they have like serious feminist issues, and they just act like, no, we're just gonna worry about the first world. How stunning and brave of you. Anyway, so all the whole gay stuff just doesn't sell to people. So I don't know if the characters just like constant sodomy and whatever it is women do, I guess, fist each other. And now you've got a Catholic priest marry some alien twat lickers, and not a rabbi or an imam. Ooh, that might have been too much for YouTube. They're good. I mean, the videos only get like from $1 to like $10. So it's not the money, why I don't release the other video, the Roush Destiny Kevil's video. It's that if they yellow flag it, that means they don't like the video. I don't want to get another strike or something. So the thing is, they're only the only safe religion you can go after. Obviously, is a Christian variant, and the only people you can go after are people of European descent. You know, the people of the light, the awesome people who are we are the solution. The thing is, like, a non-Christian religion would be more appropriate for Marvel because there's no Christians at Marvel or DC or in the mainstream at all. They're massively underrepresented. Where those other two Abrahamic religions, or Satanism or Moloch worship or whatever they're into, would be overrepresented, but they're not going to touch those other two religions or any other religion for some wacky reason. Which is, why you have to fight this culture war, even if you think it's just stupid comics. Ceding the right wing, giving ground to the left wing for total control of the culture war was a huge mistake. And that started in the 50s when they gave up fighting communism. That would have been the time to turn America around with the Rosenberg stuff. And they thought, like, oh, it's just TV and movies. It's like, my God, holy shit, Normie. TV and movies is 24-hour propaganda. It's the most powerful propaganda creation on earth. There's nothing that matches the ability of TV and movies to brainwash people. And now TV and movies are on the decline, so things are going to the internet. So the puppet masters are looking to get control of the internet with putting their propaganda out there, and the Nina Jankowicz's of the world with the I don't know, literally the Ministry of Truth. It's like, wait, are you seeing America? The whole First Amendment has Jankowicz and Biden and the Ministry of Truth? Yeah, wow, kind of like Liberty Tree time, really. Anyway, so they use a Catholic, which is kind of weird because nobody in Marvel is obviously a follower of the Prince of Peace himself, Jesus Christ. And another funny thing about saying the words Jesus Christ is it really does seem to bother these people. So I'm not sure if there's an actual demonic aspect to this, but like crosses, crucifixes, and even saying Christ, there's something that causes reaction to them. So I think there is some kind of supernatural thing going on here. I mean, we're dealing with evil that's just so extensive. Even if you're an atheist, it is kind of tempting to look at supernatural cause and effect here. Anyway, this is just a fucking nightmare. Just who's going to buy this kind of stuff? Yeah, this is, what year is this? This looks like the 80s to me. This kind of stuff was just fantastic peak comics. I'm not even looking at the storyline, but just the art and the fun that this kind of this thing was when you're a kid reading this kind of. And I'm sure there are preachy elements in it for sure, but oh my God, left-wing preachiness in the 80s was just not. There's just nothing that compares to it. There was more balance. It was always left-wing for sure, but there was definitely more balance back in the 80s, even in the 90s. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all next episode. Where's the thing?